What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap. And I got to say, very embarrassed right now, man, for our Lakers and the way they went out like some suckers tonight, man. Very embarrassed. I'm more sad than mad today because I'm just like, what the hell are we doing? We take one step forward, winning the first three games of 2026, and then now we've just lost three in a row. Two steps back, okay? In the West. We're only one game ahead of the A seed right now. It is beyond repulsive. Everybody should be sick. Losing to the Kings 124 to 112 by double digits. We're talking about a Kings that doesn't even have DeMontis Sabonis, man. It doesn't even have DeMontis Sabonis, man. Oh, by the way, Luka just dropped 42 efficiently for no reason. For no reason, because what a wasted. We might as well have sat both him and LeBron if the Lakers were going to come out lethargic like this. And again, same story, different night. Tale as old as time, man. The Lakers came out. They lost the first quarter, 32 to 28. Second quarter, 29 to 26. And then finally, they want to play a little bit in the third. They still lost that. And they want to tie in the fourth quarter. We never won a quarter. They dominated us from the outskirts. We're talking about the Sacramento fucking Kings here, man. We're not talking about the Thunder or the Spurs. This is a new low for us. And by the way, this is like the 13th game all season we've gotten blown out. 13 game. Like this team right now, man, is in an all-time low. I'm just she said I need all them hoes off my team except for Luka. I ain't mad at you, but I'm telling you for sure, like this team has internal problems right now. And I really think that the more Rich Paul opens his mouth, the worse it's going to get. We might have to do something about Rich Paul before we start getting better. I'm not even going to lie to you. I don't know what they're going to do about Rich Paul. I don't know if they're going to trade LeBron or what's going to happen, but they're going to have a sit-down conversation with Rich or what. But the more he opens his mouth, the worse we look. Just pay close attention. Podcast came out today, very controversial, man. And this Laker team right now looking like they don't even want to compete. They're not even trying on the defensive end. They're not even trying. They're not even trying on the defensive end. Check this out. Guys, LeBron had 22 and Luka had 42, and both efficiently. Right? We get 13 from DeAndre Ayton. We only got 2 from Jake. We only got 1 from Marcus Smart. Our bench is still really bad. We get 12 from Jackson Hayes. 9 from Gabe Vincent, okay, but the defense is atrocious. In spite of those 9, he's still -7 on the plus-minus. So even then, he was horrible. But the entire team tonight just did not have it going, man. And I honestly don't know what to tell y'all, man. This Laker team right now this is not the same team that started the season, okay? This is not the same team that started the season. And defensively, we are non-existent. Look at what we gave up to the Sacramento Queens. All right, DeMar DeRozan gets 32 points. Okay, former Laker Malik Monk gets 26 on 9 for 15. I told you I like him a lot. 7 for 9 from beyond the arc. Russell Westbrook, man, we said it pregame. We can't let Russell get off. 22 points, 7 assists. He also had 5 turnovers, but he was still plus in the plus-minus. Former Lakers always kill us. Both him and Malik combined, they combined for damn near 50 points, man. You can't have 2 role players getting 50 points. I'm sorry. Zach LaVine, 19. DeMar, 32. Everybody got in on the fun against the Lakers. And right now, it's open season. What I can see from this team is that our identity is non-existent. We don't have an identity. We don't get back in transition. And we suck at three-point shooting. That's something we haven't talked enough about. Tonight, three-point shooting, man. I'm going to tell you how abysmal it was. Three-point shooting, we shot 8 for 36. That's 22% from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, the Kings shot 17 for 26. You want to talk about efficiency? They shot 65% from beyond the arc. That tells me 2 things. 1, we suck at shooting threes this year again. Suck. We completely suck. And 2, we suck at defending the 3. We gave up 65%. That's open three-pointer after open three-pointer. And this is the worst loss of the season because we got blown out by a garbage team that barely reached 10 wins. The Kings. This is their 10th win of the season. They got 30 losses. But somehow we thought it was cute to gift wrap them this W right here. Like, what was the Lakers doing on their off days, man? Was they kicking it with the cows in Sacramento? What's wrong with this team, bro? I really don't understand. I really don't understand this team. She said LeBron is starting to play like he's 41, getting his shit yammed consistently. You know what? There's a couple players on here like LeBron who also play like they're 41. Like, there's a couple players on here that even Luka sometimes defensively very lazy, and it bothers me to a core. Like, we just don't have an identity. I don't know if it's JJ losing the locker, if it's the outside noise that's a distraction, but I'm disgusted by the entire team's effort right now. And to those that said we didn't need Austin Reeves, we could have definitely used his playmaking, his scoring, 3-level scoring, all of that, you know. And the trade rumors are going to go crazy and bonkers. Even we're already hearing some stuff, but we'll see. I don't know if there's a trade out there right now without gutting our future. Gutting our future. That's going to really put a dent on this roster moving forward, because there's teams that look light years better than us, starting with the Thunder, the Spurs, the Rockets, the Denver Nuggets. Like, there's teams that when they're healthy, they look light years beyond us. What are we doing? We look better when we started the season than what we do right now. So again, we could look at everything, but I'm telling you, man, things haven't been the same since two things happened. Since Austin went down and since Rich Paul started his little podcast. And people are still going to defend them because they're clearly fanboys. And by the way, they didn't have their very good players playing. That's the worst part. That's the worst part, man. I did not expect to get a loss tonight. I was thinking, oh, man, we're going to go into Sacramento. We're going to blow them out. And we're going to come out victorious and hopefully be ready for tomorrow. We play tomorrow versus the Hawks, an actual decent team. And so we got blown out by the Kings. What do y'all think the Hawks are going to do to us tomorrow? Especially if we come out with this type of effort. Oh, by the way, LeBron might not play. Yeah, 1 point for Marcus is really bad, man. Really, really bad. I don't understand why Jake was hesitant to shoot the ball. I don't know. Jake is great defensively and as a glue guy, but offensively he's going to be hit or miss. Seems like we've had that problem with the third and fourth options. Who was the best third and fourth option we had, guys? Was it Kyle Kuzma or was it KCP? Because since then, we really haven't had a great third and fourth option. I don't know. We got to think about that. It's food for thought. It is definitely food for thought. But, man, I'm telling y'all right now, man, this team is just not it right now. I don't know why. They come out here and they play how they want to play. They lay an egg when they want to lay an egg. The Sacramento Queens open up a bucket of fun versus the Lakers. Man, this is just teams are having a blast playing against us. We not giving them the effort of a championship level team. It's a joke. I can't even say the C word. I can't say championship level team. I can't say it. And right now, we're looking like a play-in level team, if at that. But I'll tell you this, man. JJ Redick is to blame for a lot of this stuff because he said he wasn't going to have a lot of games like these and that he was going to give them hell in practice and this and that. Somebody recently called him an actor. Who was it? I think my good friend, shout out to Mookie. He said, this man is an actor, man. He's put on for the cameras. He is not actually making sense because how are you going to be a tough guy for the cameras and then you're talking about LeBron tells him to fuck off? Come on, man. You can't be that type of coach. You can't be a pushover and then you're all tough for the reporters and stuff. This guy's the Arnold Schwarzenegger of coaching staff, of coaches. He's an actor. He's trying to play a fake tough guy. Did Ayton even play? I mean, he played. He put up decent numbers. He put up better numbers than Marcus Smart and Jay combined, but not enough. Why is Rich Paul speaking on Reeves? This is the new era, man. Clutch sports, things they can run around, do whatever they want. And if you don't do what they want, they're going to try to ruin your chemistry. They wasn't happy when we was 12 games over 500. You know, they'd rather make a point. And so Rich Paul is an enemy of Lakers Nation and of the Lakers. He is. And people are going to chalk it up to, oh, no, he's just saying the truth. Oh, you can't face the truth. Oh, you can't face the facts. We were playing a lot better before he started yapping. That's the truth. Y'all can't face the truth. Y'all can't see that? We're a completely different team when two things. When Austin Reeves is healthy, one, because Austin Reeves by himself beat the brakes off this team on the road without Luka and without LeBron. But LeBron and Luka couldn't do it. There's something else going on there. It's a chemistry issue or the outside noise is impacting them. It's something else going on. You mean to tell me Austin's better than LeBron and Luka combined? Absolutely not. But he was able to lock in and do his part, and he went out for 40 on the road in a win, unlike Luka's 40. That means nothing because it came in a loss. So you mean tell me Austin could do what not LeBron and Luka could do? We got issues. We got issues. I don't know. I'm not. You can't be happy about this. We can't make excuse for this Laker team. She said, "Kuz, I believe KCP was getting jail threats by the fans." Yeah, so Kuz might be our best fourth option on this team that we had. We haven't been able to find one. We thought it would be DeAndre Ayton. Hasn't been him. We wanted to be Jake LaRavia, but you see what he did tonight. We wanted to be Marcus Smart. You see what he did tonight. We need a consistent fourth and fifth option. Role players got to consistently play their role. And again, there was a lot of pushback on Malik Monk. I've been saying this since before the season started. I would love to have Malik Monk. Matter of fact, the Kings didn't even want him on the roster. They were trying to trade him off. Probably nobody wanted that talent. You see what he did tonight and how efficiently he did it? It was surgical. And people act like we can't utilize somebody of those type of talents off the bench. He should have never left the Lakers, if I'm being honest. Should have never left the Lakers. Everybody getting tired of Rob Pelinka, fire Rob. You might get your wish. If he doesn't do something this trade deadline, you might get your wish by this offseason. JJ throws Mike when he ended his post-game interview. Yeah, he's pissed. What you going to do about it, man? How about you bench all the bums that didn't, do something, man? I miss the era when coaches would be about it instead of talk about it. If he really wants to prove a point, anybody who didn't give effort tonight gets benched tomorrow or doesn't play. That's how you send a message. He wants to bench players like Vando who are actually give maximum effort at all times. He might not be the best offensive player, clearly, but he's constantly giving effort. You want to reward players like Gabe Vincent who are just too small to defend anybody in this modern league. This is an embarrassment. This is just, I'm not even mad. I'm sad at this point. We should not be losing to the Sacramento Kings, let alone getting blown out by them. They dominated us. They won every single quarter except for the last one, which ended up being a tie, 29-21. First quarter, they win 32-28. Second quarter, they win 29-26. Third quarter, they win 34-29. And in the fourth quarter, we tied at 29-29. And we get blown out by double digits. Okay? And this is like the 13th game this season where we get blown out. There's something really, 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 really wrong with this team right now. I think it's a lot of things. I don't think it's just one. You guys believe it's just one thing that's wrong, or we're going to make a trade that's going to magically solve everything? Nah, man. There's something really wrong with this team right now. Really, it really is. So. Damn! Appreciate the super chat, my guy Isaiah Jordan. He said, it's unbelievable how Rich isn't letting up on our team. However, he is right. Reeves, unfortunately, has to be the sacrificial lamb to get the proper depth. We need to be a true contender. If there was a magical trade where we can waive and we could trade Reeves and bring all the pieces at once to get it to be a true contender, I'd do it myself. Everybody knows we Laker fans first, but the trades that Rich Paul is talking about, it's not going to fix all the issues. He talked about Jaren Jackson was averaging about 15 points and like 5 or 6 rebounds. Not even a great rebounder, man. I'd rather get Bam Adebayo if you're going to trade Austin Reeves. Go give me Bam. Jaren Jackson's nice if you can get him without giving up Austin or Luka. Anybody else could go. That's the truth. If it was really smart, Rich Paul was smart, he would have said, all right, man, if you can pay attention to what's going on with John Moran. If he gets dealt, I would try to package Rui, Vando, and pick swaps and whatever, Dalton, whatever it takes to go get somebody like Jaren Jackson. I like Jaren, but Jaren Jackson, let's put up Jaren Jackson's averages. All right, let's pull that up right now. All right, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what he averages this season. He's not putting up impressive numbers, especially at rebounding. There you go. I was right. Jaren Jackson averages 18 points, 5 rebounds, 1.9 assists, and he shoots 47% from the field. Okay? That's what he averages. You don't believe me? I can share the tab with you. All right? Again, women line, men line, numbers don't. Check this out, Isaiah. If Rich was right, he wouldn't have said what he said. Because just look at this man's numbers. All right? This is not even an all-star. He's not even putting up a double-double. 18 and 5 is not good enough to make an all-star in the West. Okay? So this is what, and he said we should give up a pick on top of that. You don't like the Lakers if he's saying stupid shit like that. All right, so he's wrong. First off, if we're gonna trade Austin, I'm for it. Go get Giannis. Put Austin in a package. All of our picks, whatever it takes, go get Giannis. You don't trade this type of production. By the way, he's just starting to scratch the record. I'm sorry, to scratch the surface. Okay, Austin Reeves is just getting started. But just look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. Let me pull them up for you one more time. All right. Since y'all think he's right. Men line numbers don't. This motherfucker's averaging 26, 5.2 rebounds, which is the damn same thing as Jaren Jackson, and 6.2 assists, and he's shooting a higher percentage than Jaren, a big man who always shoots next to the rim. So you really think Rich Paul is right? There's a reason Rich Paul is not involved with the NBA outside of being an agent, because he's wrong. Most of the time he's talking, he's wrong. How you gonna trade an 18-point per game scorer who averages about the same rebounds and way less assists and shoots a lower percentage as a big for somebody that's way more efficient from the guard position? It makes zero sense, I say. And I love you, bro. You're always making good points, but you got to take the L on this one. Rich Paul was wrong. If I'm going to trade Austin, I'm cool. Let me go get somebody better. Somebody who actually is going to put us over the top. You don't just trade Austin to trade Austin. You're not going to magically wave a trade Austin wand and get better. But if we can get Jaren Jackson by giving up Rui and giving up other pieces instead while keeping Austin and Luka, now your future looks bright. You know? Appreciate you. My guy said leave Rob Pelinka. I think he meant to say alone. Man. Matthew said, Dan, my girl got into the Lakers now, so say hey to Sharon. Hey, shout out to Sharon. Welcome to the Lakers. You family now. But she said if Rich Paul says one more thing about her boy Austin, it's up. Hey, I love the passion right there. That's a real Laker fan right there. Listen, Rich Paul got no business talking, man. He ain't done nothing good for the Lakers organization. He doesn't know better than us. He does not know better than the Lakers. I'm sorry. He don't. The Lakers know what they're doing, and they're going to stay patient. See, Rich Paul's on a different timeline. Rich Paul is trying to fit in with what LeBron's timeline is because they're good buddies. Obviously, we know. So he wants to trade the world. But this is literally what LeBron and Rich Paul do everywhere they go. What happened in Cleveland? They wanted to trade the pick, right? That ended up being Colin Sexton. And they didn't get it, so they moved. This is what it sounds like they're doing right before they move on, okay? And I can respect it because you're on LeBron's timeline, but you're not looking out for the Lakers. Jaren Jackson also commits too many fouls. Exactly, Alicia. Again, I'm all for trading Austin, but if you're going to do it, you're talking about, you saw the production he puts up. You can't just give this production away and then on top of that, throw a first-round pick. That makes zero sense. You can't do that. I don't care if the fit is good. I don't care. You don't do that. It makes no sense for him to say that, right? LeBron is not the reason we lost this game. Facts. No, definitely not. Clearly, but I'm pretty much talking about Rich Paul and what that's doing to the locker room, you know? And this is another good point right here. TW Money said, if he was so good, then why the fuck are the Grizzlies so trash? Facts. TW Money, big facts. I like Jaren Jackson. Don't get me wrong. As a role player, he can come in and do some damage for sure. Not a great rebounder, though. Let's be honest. And he gets in a lot of foul trouble. It would be an upgrade to any center we have right now. Sure, absolutely. But the key here, if you want to improve your roster, is to add without subtracting. If you subtract a better player, somebody who helps LeBron and Luka with ball handling, 3-level scorer, and an elite playmaker, and a solid rebounder for a guard, one of the better rebounding guards, all of that for somebody who's got so many weaknesses, you're downgrading. I'm sorry to tell you that. Even if the fit is good, we need a big, badly. I get it. But there's better options if you stay patient, if we're being honest. Right? If we're being honest, there's going to be better options out there for surely. Turnovers and not making open shots is what lost us the game. I agree. And chemistry too, though. The chemistry looks bad. There's already a viral picture of LeBron mad dogging DeAndre Ayton. And probably rightfully so, because DeAndre has been really bad lately, right? But I'm just telling you, man. And our bench does suck. I agree with that, Alicia. Absolutely. Our bench is just disgusting. I don't know. I feel like we haven't had a good bench since 2020. All right, since we won the championship. Probably 2021. D-Free's probably watching this, so I'll give him that. Probably 2021, even though injuries ended our season then. But, yeah, it's been too long, man. We got another super chat. Appreciate y'all.
You don't know the power of the super chat. Grateful the Empire is to your contributions. Together we shall crush the rebel scum once and for all. Thank you.
My guy Isaiah Jordan, appreciate you, bro. He said, fit wise, bro, Austin does the same Luka does. The trade makes sense defensively for us. LOL. I did not know his rebounding was so ass, though. You got me on that one. Well, again, you don't want to make trade just for fit. The quality and caliber of a player Austin is, you can get more than just Jaren Jackson. I'll tell you what, if Rich Paul would have said, all right, Austin, expiring contract, goes to Memphis, where he's going to be a primary starting guard, and the Lakers get Jaren Jackson and Brandon Clark and a first-round pick. All right, now we can have a conversation because now we're getting a more valuable package. But he's not serious when he says we have to include a first-round pick. Again, women line, men line numbers don't. I showed you both of the numbers so that you guys could see that Austin is just as good offensively and not as good defensively, obviously. But the fit was immaculate. Before LeBron came back, Isaiah, Luka and Austin looked like the best backcourt combination in the NBA. And matter of fact, they built us an 8-game lead over 500 by themselves. And that's before LeBron, right? So again, I got to tell y'all, like, it's just, we can trade Austin. I'm all for it, but it has to be the right package. Remember, this reminds me when people want to trade Austin for DeJounte Murray. How would that look? And I would hate for that to happen. Jaren Jackson will be a great fit with the Lakers, sure. With Luka, great. After LeBron retires, now what? You don't have an Austin Reeves type 3-level scorer playmaker. We missed that severely, and we have to see that. 250 likes or 10 super chats, guys, and we definitely going to turn on the phone lines, man. This seems like a very interesting topic, and I would love to break it down with you guys. So please hit the like button. We got over 360 with all platforms combined, so let's get to 250 likes. Truly helps the channel, man. You guys scratch my back, I got you guys. All right, William Scott says, Rich is unethical. LeBron James' voice. Time for them to go. And I agree with that. William Scott, we have to do something about Rich Paul. I don't know if we got to ship his ass out of here with LeBron just because they're a package deal, or just ignore him, or somebody has to come out and say something in the press conference. Something's got to be done about Rich, because Rich is just yapping, and it's killing the whole season. He thinks he's helping LeBron or the Lakers. He's not. He's hurting us. We look way better than before his podcast came out, and that's just a fact. And the fanboys will say, no, you're tripping, whatever. They'll probably make videos out of this. They'll probably clip the shit because they're losers like that. But the fanboys don't know that the Lakers actually had really good chemistry, and we were actually looking like somewhat, maybe not fully a championship favorite, but somewhat of a contender. Right now, we resemble a play-in team, if that. And if we keep playing like this, we might as well tank and at least keep our draft pick so that it has more value for a trade. If we keep playing like this, if I'm being honest. But you're right, William. I don't know what the Lakers are going to do about Rich Paul. They probably can't do nothing. All they can probably do is what they've already done. Not offer LeBron the extension and watch them walk. And they're still going to talk, but at least they'll be away from the locker room once they dip, if that happens, right? I didn't want the Lakers and LeBron relationship to end like this, but the problem is it's a distraction at this point. Remember, when the offseason started, we already didn't like what Rich Paul was doing when the offseason started. We didn't like the body language between LeBron and the team when the offseason started. I made videos about this. And now it's leaking over to the season. And now we're only 9 games over 500 in a Western Conference where you can't afford to lose many games, right? So you guys are absolutely right. It's not ethical for an agent to talk like this, especially in the middle of the season. It's one thing if you do it, it's one thing if you do it in the offseason, right? It still looks bad, but at least it's in the offseason. People get over it, come to play, and it changes everything, right? We're doing it midway through the season. We're doing it midway through the season. That's the biggest distraction right now. And it was happening when we were winning. That's the worst part. How's this year's free agency class looking? You know what? I haven't even looked that far into the free agency class. But one thing I will tell you this. A lot of people think that if LeBron walks, we're going to have all that cap space. We're not. Unless we literally let everybody who's a free agent walk, then we'll have the cap space. But that means no Rui coming back. That means whoever else is expiring, literally for us to have somewhat of cap space. And even then, we're going to have to pay Austin, right? So a lot of the cap is going to be taken up there. We already paid Luka. So we're going to have we might have like 30 million flexibility. And that's assuming we let everybody go and LeBron James walk as well, right? Maybe 25 to 30. I haven't done the calculations just off the top of the head. And I can tell you that's good enough to get you a couple of good role players, but it's not going to turn the roster overnight. Well, what could turn the roster in the offseason is if they turn around, right? And they, You know what I mean? Like if they turn around, they trade Austin in a package with whatever they have, whatever draft picks become available this summer. You know, that is when you can do that. You know, that is when you can make a big major splash. The big major splash is most likely not going to come during the trade deadline. We might get a little good move here, a little good move there. It's not going to be nothing crazy, man. Dan, do you think the Lakers will offer LeBron to stay on the Lakers next year? If I'm being honest with you, according to everything that's going on and the displeasure on both sides, probably not. Probably not. And I could see LeBron going and having his farewell tour in Cleveland or joining a team like New York on a discount, maybe. I don't know if he's capable of doing discounts, but, you know, I can see that happening. But right now, the problem isn't LeBron to me. The big problem for me is the team chemistry issue, the coaching, Rich Paul, and everything that's happening in between. And we've been injured throughout the year, but that's not an excuse. We still should have enough depth to beat the Kings. We couldn't beat the Kings. That's the problem. We couldn't beat the Kings. That's the problem, man. We got smoked by the Kings. You know, we got smoked by the Kings. I don't know. It's not supposed to happen like that. Oh yeah, you're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah. Hey, listen, you have permission. You know, I trust you, sis. Do what you got to do. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for looking out. But yeah, listen, guys. At the end of the day, this Laker team. Right now, if I'm Mark Walter and I'm looking at the roster, we're clearly not geared to win a championship right now, as constructed. Clearly. And these games are proving that. The transition defense, what transition defense? Non-existent. Half-court defense, part-time half-court defense. It's here and there. JJ now comes into question for me because it's like, you're not really doing anything. You're throwing little temper tantrums, post games and stuff, but it's not translating to the court. Are you losing your voice in the locker room? Are you not respected because everybody thought you were buddies with LeBron? Like, what's going on? Pelinka's been in the hot seat for so many freaking years. And then he does something to save his life. He saves his skin. The recent thing he did was trading for Luka. Saved his life, gave him 3 more lives. He's like a cat. He's got 9 of them. He already wasted about 12. But somehow he's still here. Somehow he's still here. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it is one of them things. But I'm truly disgusted by the way things have panned out because the early this year we had a lot of hope. We were very excited. It was fun. We're playing great basketball. Now look what's happening. Right? Again, pulling up the stats, guys. Pulling up the stats. This team right now, as constructed, is really struggling to shoot the ball. First and foremost, you cannot win anything if you can't shoot the ball. Okay? They have to address that. For years, we have had wishy-washy shooters. But 22% from beyond the arc, and we shoot 36-3. How is it possible that they more than doubled us up on three-pointers, right? Right? And they shot less. They shot 10 less, but yet they got 10 more. Right? They got what is it? 9 more threes than us. How? They shot 65%. That's how. And again, part of that is our poor defense. We don't communicate. We don't rotate. We don't switch. Tons of driving kicks. They're using their foot speed to beat us off the dribble. They're using everything. Lakers are sitting ducks right now. They got to do something about it. Yeah, they do. He said, this team has so many holes from the GM on down. Well, you know what? I think you know what I believe, man? I believe those things are going to get fixed. I do. But I like, people will say, well, Mark Walter's a baseball guy. Man, Mark Walter's a winner, okay? He went into the Dodgers. He gave them about a year, and he cleaned house, and he came in fresh. He brought in his guys, and the rest is history. I think he'll do the same thing. Rob doesn't get this. He might be on his final trial. Like, hey, man, do what you got to do. Trade deadline, just don't trade the stars, and don't trade our draft picks. But outside of that, role players, do what you got to do. Maybe that's the case. This might be the final trial for Robbie P. And maybe this offseason we'll hear breaking news. Rob Pelinka gets fired. Breaking news. Bob Myers gets hired. We might hear stuff like that, right? And so I think right now, what happens, right? What happens when a new project manager goes to a company or one of the new bosses, a new building owner or somebody, what does he do? He comes to the company first. He sees how they're working, starts taking notes, goes quiet for a little bit. Next thing you know, over the next couple months, boom, people are being let go. Boom, new people are being hired. Or they're operating in a different way. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Right. Matter of fact, they already started construction outside of crypto.com. I have a friend who just showed me some pictures. Mark Walter's already changing from the outside in. So we already started upgrading some of the outside things right there, where the little Laker stars are written. Like there's already going to be upgrades from Mark. So if he's doing it with the exterior things, what makes us think he's not going to do it interiorly? But I know we've been waiting for years for something major to happen, and it did. We got Luka last trade deadline. So now we're waiting for those pieces to be built around him, and potentially even Austin, assuming he doesn't get traded or walks in free agency, right? So we do have to be a little bit more patient, but everybody's patience is going to wear thin because this isn't a fun product to watch right now. It was fun when the year started, and I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. He said last year's Lakers team is looking better. It's looking about the same, man. Last year we made the playoffs and got eliminated in the first round. That's not better than the year before that when we got eliminated in the first round by the Nuggets, or last year we got eliminated in the first round by the Timberwolves. We're looking about the same. And that's the problem. We got some new acquisitions, but all of a sudden these new acquisitions like DeAndre started to play like bums when they started off the year so good, right? So we're looking about the same. Let's hope that trade deadline could kind of give us a little bit of a facelift. Maybe even something on the buyout market. We'll see. The CBA is very complicated. It limits us. It limits us in some things unless you really go out and make a big blockbuster. But again, let's see. Rumors are Lakers are monitoring Jonathan Kuminga. They're monitoring Andrew Wiggins. These are all rumors. Let's see what really plays out. Because remember, nobody heard about the Luka trade till it happened. Maybe we might get a repeat of that. Not exactly a blockbuster, but maybe something on the side nobody's talking about right now, and it really helps out the team. Let's see. Appreciate you. Shout out to both of my moderators tonight, though, man. These ladies are definitely putting on right now. They're putting on for the chat and getting rid of all the trolls. She said, if you fired Joey and Jesse, then Rob shouldn't be no exception. Yes, absolutely. And think about this. Rob Pelinka was the safety security blanket for Jeannie Buss. Jeannie Buss is no longer at the helm. Jeannie Buss is no longer the main decision maker. Now it's Mark Williams. Mark Walter, right? Now it's him. And so, again, hopefully something good comes of it. That's all we can say. And I think it will. I'm going to be patient as a Laker fan. But it's disparaging to watch us lose to the Kings and potentially even lose back-to-back. We might lose again tomorrow to the Hawks. We saw how they beat the brakes off of us. Or maybe this will be a wake-up call and we'll wake up and play better tomorrow. I don't know. One thing I do know is I don't expect LeBron to play tomorrow. So you have that. What's good, Just B? He said, I like Walter to bring in either Myers or Masai Ujiri as two of the better basketball minds. You know what I would like? And I agree with you. I would like for him to bring both of them. Bring both of these motherfuckers in there and give them the green light. They're both great basketball minds. Bob Myers, great at drafting and trading. And Masai Ujiri, great talent evaluator as well. And good at making sneaky trades. Bring them both in. I prefer either one over Rob, but I would love both of them. You have the money, you got the resources, why not? You know, they can have a co-position. One could be higher than the other, but it doesn't matter. Yo, Dan, is AD the player that got hurt the most in NBA history? I don't know, man. I can't answer that. We've had some pretty injury-prone basketball players in the NBA before. I mean, Bynum had glass knees, bro. He went bowling, and the rest of his career went to the gutter. Okay, so Bynum was one of them. AD, he was healthy early in his career, and then he started getting more injured as his career progressed, unfortunately for him. He's up there for sure, though, man. Kawhi might be the one. Now that I think about it, Kawhi might be the most injury-prone player in the history. I remember him being load managed his rookie season by Popovich. Like, I don't remember an NBA player being load managed his rookie season, and they started load managing. So I'm gonna give that honor now. I think about it off the top to Kawhi Leonard. Do you guys agree or disagree? We are a team that has to live in the paint but can't hit free throws. Bro, we're a team with no identity. We're not a great three-point shooting team. We're not a great defensive team. We're not a great free throw shooting team. What are we? What the fuck are we? How did we win so many games to start the year? What are we? I don't know, man. This is interesting. And the season is going to take either a really dark turn or it's going to pickup. What do you guys think? I want you guys to sound off and let me know. Do the Lakers still have hope? Is this thing gonna pick up eventually? We're gonna make the right moves, or you guys think it's just the Lakers should just trade off for whoever and kind of hibernating for next season? I don't think Luka would like that very much, by the way. I don't think Luka wants to waste any year of his career. He's in his prime right now. I don't think LeBron likes that either, but I don't think LeBron has a say. But Luka does, and I don't think he would like that. So I don't think they're gonna mail it in and tank per se. Appreciate you, Kimiko. Thanks for all the posts. Appreciate you. You said we're a go with the flow type of team that just tries to F around and find out, bro. LA Sports, bro. I'm telling you, bro. This team is just insane, man. Right now, I don't know what's going on with this team, with the rotation, the chemistry. We're all over the place, man. We're flip flopping. And this is not the team that we started. This is not the team that we started rooting for here. I almost don't even recognize this team right now. What I mean was so many different body parts get injured, AD might take the cake. You think so? I still think Kawhi is the worst. If we look at his entire career, his body of maybe somebody could Google it. Who's been injured the most? What star player has been injured the most in NBA history? All right, because Grant Hill was another one plagued by injuries. Freaking Tracy McGrady. I mean, there's been so many. Players that were ultimately talented and it got sidelined because of their injuries. And that's unfortunate. You never want to see that, right? You have Paul George and Kyrie as well. There's been so many. I'm saying there's so many. It's hard to think off the top. I would give it to Kawhi, though, because since I was a kid, since he came into the league, I could see him getting hurt all the time. And I saw Popovich develop a system for it. Oh, Joel Embiid is another one. He's right in front of us. Yep. You're right, Darius. Joel Embiid is another one. I mean, yeah, Kobe had many injuries, but they wasn't he wasn't made out of paper, man. These were tough injuries that happened over time. Oh my goodness, that's another good one. Greg Oden. Yao Ming. Ooh. I hate bringing up Yao Ming's career because the last game he ever played was against the Lakers in the playoffs. Then he got hurt, and that was it. We never saw from him again. Derrick Rose. Ooh. One of my favorite players of all time, Derrick Rose. Gets hurt and his career is out of there. It's sad. It's really sad. I wish there was like a sensu bean or something they could take to be healthy and we could see the best go up against the best always. But oh my God, Zion. Every season. You see what I mean? Like too many injury-prone players in the history. And he said Tim Duncan invented it. Ralph Sampson, Grant Hill, Penny Hardaway. Man. Yep. Brandon Roy hurts. I was a big fan of Brandon Roy. He reminded me a little of Kobe in his prime. Yeah. Google says Bill Walton. Damn, really? See, I wasn't around for Bill Walton, man. I was not around for Bill Walton, God rest his soul. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's a long history in the NBA. So John Morant's another one. Yeah, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is injured up here, man, mentally. This man is scared of layups. Ben Simmons, yeah, he's gotten hurt throughout his career, but his real injury is up here. It's up here. I don't know what happened to this man. When he came into the league, they thought he was going to be the next LeBron. He's nowhere near him. He's not even in the conversation. Kristaps Porzingis, yep. Again, historically, there's been so many injuries, guys, but it's just, it's too many to count. I don't know who takes the cake. My vote is going to be for, like I said, Kawhi Leonard. Because since he came into the league, he's been hurt. And even now, right now, he's probably hurt. I don't know if he played the Clippers tonight. If he played on the Clippers tonight, I don't watch the Clippers, but he probably missed. Right? So just always hurt. But again, back to the Lakers, man. We can't wait for Austin Reeves to come back. I still think he has like a week and a half more or something like that. I can't wait to have him back. I cannot wait to have him back. At this point, man, because offensively we'd be looking lost out there. Remember when we had Austin, we were consistently, when we had the big three, Austin, Luke, and LeBron, we're consistently getting up in the 130s. That might be the only way that this team can win by outscoring other teams, because our defense is an atrocity. Giving up 124 to the Sacramento Kings is an atrocity, y'all. And by the way, the plus minus tonight, everybody in the starting lineup was in the minus. Biggest plus minus was Marcus Smart, right? Followed by Ayton. Followed by Luka and Jake LaRavia tied for -10, and then LeBron. Okay. Only person that was in the plus was Dalton and Maxi Clee, but neither played good. So sometimes those numbers do be lying, right? And actually, Bronny and Nick Smith, but they don't count. They were garbage time minutes. But again, this team right here, man, we've been a better road team all year long, and somehow we managed to drop this one as well. Oh, Chris Paul's another one for sure. But again, we play tomorrow, chat. We play tomorrow, and I pray that they come out and they play better than what they did tonight, man, because it's gonna be a make it or break it game tomorrow. If we lose, let me pull up the standings. I haven't looked at the standings all day, man. But this loss hurts us big time. We lose tomorrow, we might be relegated to the play-in by the end of the season. This could come back to bite us. Right now, we're still in the 5th seed. We're still the 5th seed, but the Suns have caught up now. They have won 3 in a row. They have caught up. The Rockets have lost 3 in a row. So we're in a 3-way tie. So you got to pull it up here. It's not looking good for us right now, man. This is what I didn't want. I wanted us to create separation. But right now, the Lakers are basically in a virtual tie with the Suns and the Rockets for number 5. All right. Somebody's going to fall down all the way to 7. Somebody's going to fall down all the way to 7. Right. But the Spurs and the Thunder and the Nuggets are starting to create separation from everybody else. Timberwolves are right there too. These 4 teams. Lakers were there, and then we just we lost 3 in a row. All right, we should be up there in the conversation with those top 4 teams right there. But we took our foot off the gas. Now we run the risk of falling all the way to 7. Now there's a gap between us and the Warriors. There's a gap between us and the Warriors. But if we fall to 7, that's a playing team. You want to be in the top 6 entering the playoffs, but really you want to be in the top 4 to have home court advantage, at least in the first round. But this team, man, again, we have taken 3 steps back, ladies and gentlemen. And right now we are on the ropes without Austin. Do you think Luke Walton is a better coach than JJ? No. I think Luke Walton and Darvin Ham are 2 of the worst coaches in Laker history. JJ at least got us to 50 wins, at least. Darvin, I give him the edge over Luke Walton because he got us to the Western Conference Finals, even though he didn't do shit there. But I think Luke Walton might go down as the worst coach in Laker history. He didn't do nothing, man. Matter of fact, the young players regressed under him, and then when they went to other teams, they progressed. So that tells you how bad of a coach he was. Rotations were bad. He didn't know what he was doing. He really got that job just because he had ties to the Lakers, because he had played for them in the past. That's a horrible way to get a job, right? People want to criticize LeBron and Bronny for being on the Lakers, but Luke Walton got on the Lakers just for basically, he really didn't have a great track record as an assistant coach. He basically, just had the privilege of having that connection with the Lakers. Yeah. Alicia, I don't understand that rumor, and this is why I think it's fake. I think a lot of times Bleacher Report loves clickbaiting people, but there's no way in hell that the Lakers are looking for a 3-and-D wing and they think Kuminga is the answer. Because first of all, he sucks at threes and he doesn't play D. He's a slashing athletic wing with potential. He does have potential. I like him. But defensively, he's never bought in on Golden State. It makes us think he's going to buy in here. Right? So, yeah, I don't know. Solo says, like I said, the last call, start off hot, then start losing, turn up after All-Star, then bounce out in the first round. Same old same. If that happens to the Lakers again and they get bounced out in the first round or worse, don't even make it, Rob has to be fired. That's 3 straight years. 3 straight years as a Laker organization. That is, we have a way higher standard than that for sure. But all right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for me tonight, man. I hope we got a little bit of closure, reading all your guys' comments and you guys' concerns and displeasure and hearing my reasons as well. I still don't feel good about going into tomorrow's game, but here's hoping for the best and maybe a miracle trade or something. Something's got to give because our season is starting to tank. It's starting to tank bad. And I think it's getting to the point where Laker fans aren't even excited for Laker games anymore. I saw a lot of fans come in the chat over on the watch party and say, I get more stress when they play. Right? So Lakers are kind of starting to just kind of blend in with the middle of the pack teams, and that's not good for anybody. Right. All right. That wraps it up for me. Appreciate the sponsorship so much. Prize Picks. You guys know what the promo code is. Shout out to Tara and Kimmy Cole, man. They double teamed it. They were Charlie's Angels tonight. All right, protecting the chat and looking out for the community. So shout out to you, ladies. Love y'all. And for the rest, appreciate you guys for being here, for commenting, subscribing. If you already haven't, please hit the like button. And I will see you guys tomorrow for pregame here on the same very channel. All right. Enjoy your night, guys, as much as you possibly can. We will meet here again. All right.